If your primary business is wholesaling real estate, you might want to look into changing your focus into something else. I'm going to share with you why I don't think wholesaling real estate is going to be a thing in the coming years. In the past, I've had a large, successful wholesaling operation. I've also coached many people on how to also have large, successful wholesaling operations. In this video, I'm going to show you why I do not wholesale anymore, and also why I think wholesaling is going to be nearly impossible to make money, and why you should probably think about doing something else to prepare yourself for when that time comes. I first started direct-to-seller marketing back in 2011. Back then, I used to use mailers. We would do direct mail, and I would send out maybe 1,000 letters. And in 1,000 letters, I would pretty much almost guaranteed to get about 10 deals right off the bat within, let's say, the first 30, 60, maybe 90 days. Then we would have additional deals that would be trickling from the follow-up, doing multiple touches and such. But we would have almost guaranteed 1,000. We would have 10 deals out of that. The 1,000 letters didn't cost that much to send out, and we would get a big return. We didn't always have to have that marketing machine on. We could only handle so many deals. Now, we weren't really focusing on wholesaling whatsoever. Our main thing was we were buying deals and we were looking at them. Okay, is it a land deal, infill lot? Can we go ahead and build on it? That was number one. Number two, does it make sense to tear this deal down and build a new house on it? Number three, if tear down doesn't make sense, then we look at, okay, let's buy this property, let's rehab it, fix and flip it or fix it, and then decide, do we want to flip it or keep it as a rental? Then occasionally we would have some deals where maybe it's not an area that we are in, that we are, focusing on, or we have too much going on, or maybe we just need some cash flow. And so occasionally we would wholesale a deal. And again, this is back in like 2011, 2012. And, for a few years after that. On average, back then, we would make $50,000, $60,000 assigning a contract. So it would be like, we need some cash flow. We had too many deals. It wasn't in an area that we're in. Maybe everything we have going on is over here, and this is way over here. So instead of traveling, let's just assign this one, pull some money out of it, and move on to the next ones, and just keep our pipeline going, keep everything full, and do what we do best, mainly building new and doing some flipping, keeping some properties. We would wholesale probably 10 to 12 deals a year, but I never called myself a wholesaler. It was just, hey, we had these deals. We knew they were good deals. They were better deals for somebody else, maybe not us, and let's just put them out there. And that's how we went about with those extra overflow of deals. Again, our main focus was the couple of different strategies that would come into play to build new. Secondary would be to rehab the property and decide whether we want to flip it or if we want to keep it as a rental property. And then third, extra overflow, we would wholesale. Well, in 2017, we decided we did not want to do flips anymore. Most of the flips that we were doing were pretty big, intensive rehabs. They didn't make sense. They were taking a lot of time, a lot of personal time where I had to be very involved. The new build business is very systematized, very streamlined type of business. So I'm like, why are we spending all this time over here doing these flips when we can focus on the new construction homes that really are much more lucrative, number one, and two, take less of our time. So let's take the time that we're spending over here, double down on new construction, build more new homes, and just stick with that. Stop doing flips. So we stopped doing flips in 2017. At the time, we thought to ourselves, do we want to get rid of the marketing and acquisition side of the business? Meaning, do we want to stop marketing direct to seller and just really focus on buying lots, whether it was through wholesalers, realtors, developers? We don't need to do marketing to find teardowns. We have ways of literally locating lots in downtown infill areas very easily, calling direct to seller without doing mass marketing and shotgun marketing and all that stuff. So do we really need to keep the marketing and acquisition side, or should we shut that down? What do we do? So we came to that crossroads and made a decision to let's keep it going because we're pretty good at it. We're pretty good at generate lead flow, closing deals. So let's just take and break this off in its own company and turn it into a wholesaling operation. And that's exactly what we did. 2017, we started that operation, we scaled that up. It started off where it was mainly my wife and I, and we built it up. We built up the pipeline. We got a bunch of deals coming in, and then we started hiring a team and training a team of salespeople and transaction coordinator and, all these different team members. We were assigning and closing deals constantly. We were doing 10, 15, 20 deals every single month, and we were averaging, over $20,000 per contract. So we had a good flow, good system going on month over month over month. Problem is, at this time, we weren't doing really direct mail. Direct mail was not a great option at this time. Many years earlier, it was a great option. I don't know if it just got too flooded in our area, but we were seeing no results with direct mail. We use all kinds of different campaigns, different companies, marketing companies to work with, different types of mailers, postcards, yellow letters, direct letters where it would have a picture of their home on there, all kinds of different strategies, and our conversion rate was very small. So we stopped with direct mail and we really focused on cold calling and PPC and SEO. So those were our three main things. Problem is, we were spending or investing, however you want to look at it, 70, 80, 100 grand every single month. We'd get back a decent amount. So we would come back with about $200,000 to $300,000. Problem with that is a lot of money went out every single month. So a lot of risk for, decent reward. You put out 100, you get back 200, something like that. So there's a lot of risk, but a lot of time and a lot of aggravation. And honestly, it gets more and more competitive as the years go on. And I think, everybody and their brother is wholesaling now, especially, we get COVID, people have to work from home. So people learned how to do different types of businesses. So I think a big problem today is you've got too many people that are untrained. They don't know how to evaluate deals and they can't sell. Therefore, they are educating in a negative way these sellers to think that their homes are worth this when really they're worth this. They can't evaluate and they can't sell. Therefore, they're changing the mindset. If you have a wholesaling company or you used to wholesale, drop a comment below. Tell me where you are coming from and what was your primary market that you wholesaled in. So at the end of 2022, we had several deals on the board. Everything was going fine. Problem is, it took a lot of my time, my personal time, and really more of my mental space. And, we had the home building company going on. Everything was good. And it just got to the point where I was thinking to myself, I don't need this in my life. I walked over to my wife's office and I said, you know what? I'm going to shut down the wholesaling company. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. What do you mean? It was going fine. Why wouldn't she look at me crazy? And I said, I'm just done with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I literally pulled everybody the whole team into the conference office and I laid everybody off. I was, sorry, gave some, some money out, severance and all that stuff. We closed out the deals that we had on the board. And we just shut it down. I never looked back. It felt like a huge weight off my shoulder. I don't miss it and I don't regret it. We're able to spend more time, focus, and mental clarity on what we really do well, which is the home building business. Okay, so now for the reason of why I don't think wholesaling is maybe it'll be a thing. It seems like there's always a way around everything, but will it be lucrative enough to keep people wanting to do wholesaling? Wholesaling is the wild, wild west. There's no association, there's no regulation, no laws, no nothing. Look at realtors. There are so many realtor brokerage firms that are billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, that they have, a lot of money to be putting towards trying to get rid of basically their biggest competitor on the market, which is wholesalers. So all the time that these wholesalers go direct to seller and they get these properties off market, it's one less person that's going to call a realtor to list their home. So the realtors have a lot of money. They have association. They have lobbyists in DC that are down there lobbying every single day, trying to regulate different things with their board. Well, there's already been a lot of different changes with different states over the past couple of years where they're trying to outlaw things, regulate things, and make it difficult for wholesalers. Well, give this a few more years and watch how these realtor boards are going to retaliate. I feel pretty confident that they are going to go strong after these wholesalers. Like, think about these wholesaling companies. Most of these wholesalers are literally, somebody sitting in their living room in their underwear with a laptop, and a headset talking to people, and that's it. They're lucky, a lot of them are lucky if they're making $100,000 a year. Yeah, there are some bigger operations out there, but they don't even skim the surface to compare to even a median size real estate brokerage company out there. Remaxes, you got Coldwell Banker, you got Century 21, you've got EXP. There's so many different people out there that don't want you taking business from them. And the more that they lobby, the more that they create laws, they're going to make it more and more difficult for you to do business. Impossible, probably not, but difficult, yes, for sure. Seems like there's always a way to do something. Unless these wholesalers, somebody steps up and decides, you know what, we need to get an association together. We need to get some type of regulation together. We need to put some laws together. We need to put some money together. People need to join the association in order to be a wholesaler, maybe some type of licensing or something where there's some money coming into it. So now you can afford to lobby and actually, go against some of these giants. Until that happens, I don't see how wholesaling is going to continue to push forward. I think wholesaling is going to fizzle out, and it's going to be the thing of the past. I think if you're going to want to buy properties, you're going to have to go to realtors, go on the MLS, look at Zillow, reach out to realtors and buy it through a realtor, which you know how that is. When you're buying them on the market, they're always the highest price. So what else is that going to affect? It's going to affect the rehabbers, the fix and flippers. They're going to start to fizzle out because they're not going to be able to do 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 deals a year, or it won't make sense because their profit margin is going to be so much slimmer that it's not going to make sense. So I think that a lot of those people are going to fizzle out. One thing that I know for sure is that new construction home building is never going to go anywhere, and it needs people to actually do it. Robots are not going to replace home builders. Are they going to replace tradesmen? Probably. There's probably many things in the future that robots are going to change. But robots will not take over the actual home builder. So if you're currently a wholesaler, be prepared. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Make sure that you have something else going on or something to lean on to. If you're looking to get into the home building industry, reach out to us at info@homebuildingbp.com. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to alert you every time a new video drops. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.